guys, welcome back.
Welcome back. So today is the first time
I'm the main attraction.
Yes, Talina's gonna be my model. I'm gonna be doing her makeup. This is the first time I'm doing this, and I'm super excited. I have been requested a couple times to actually do this, so that's why I'm doing it. But yes, this is gonna be a first. I am not doing it on myself this time. I'm gonna be doing it right here. This is the canvas I'm gonna be using.
Paint me.
Yeah. So today we're going to be doing a look using the Modern Renaissance palette, as you saw probably in the title already. And I have been obsessed with this palette for years, so that's why it is used, encrusted, and busted. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to be priming her face using the Pure Hydrating Mist. You guys already know I love this stuff. I use it constantly. And especially since it's super hot, that's why it's going to cool her face down. It has 70 vitamins in it already, so it's really great for the skin. And I'm already on my second bottle, and I have a third one waiting. Okay, next and very necessary step is priming the eyes. You guys know I already prime my eyes no matter what. I always start with eyes first. We're going to be using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in the original shade. I know they have different tints, so that's why I'm saying it. I've been going back and forth between this eyeshadow primer again. Been really liking it. Does a really nice job of canceling any discoloration that you have. And it's an overall nice base if you have oily eyelids, kind of like myself. That down with any type of powder. That way it doesn't slip and slide anywhere. Okay, so again, using Modern Renaissance. And I'm going to be doing kind of like a reddish orange smoky eye, something I normally do, but I want to do it on someone who has different eye shape than me. We have similar eye colors. Mine's maybe a little bit lighter, but overall we both have brown eyes. Oranges and reds look really good, especially on brown eyes, mainly oranges. So
I thought you were doing purple.
I was, but I changed my mind.
Okay.
So first thing, I'm gonna go in with burnt orange, which is right here. It's a really nice transition shade. Actually have a look in mind, and then we're just going to place this in her crease. Yeah, normally oranges look really good on brown eyes because it brings out the slight yellow kind of greenish pigment that we have. And reds, they do look good on brown eyes, but reds really bring out green eyes, if anything. Also, purples bring out brown eyes, they bring out blue eyes. So we have a couple options wise. Next shade I'm going to go into is Real Gar, which is more of a burnt orange. So it has little hints of that red undertone in there, which is really nice to smoke out with. I'm just going to be placing that right on the outer corner of her eye, kind of on her lid, and then kind of just buffing that upwards. It's been a hot minute since I've done your makeup, now that I remember.
I'm gonna take a nap.
That's normally what happens, like doing someone's makeup, they always like fall asleep, or they find it really peaceful.
Whenever I'm in a chair like this, I just want to fall asleep. Hair, makeup, or nails.
Okay, put that orange shade down. I'm going to be taking a Morphe R37, one of my favorite brushes of all time. And I'm going to be taking Red Ochre, which is my favorite shade in this whole palette. It's a really pretty burnt red. It has a little bit of that brown undertone in it, but I like it because it really just emphasizes the smokiness in the red. I'm losing my voice. And kind of just placing that right on top of Real Gar. Now I'm going to go back in with that first brush that we used. This is a Wet n Wild crease brush. I think I've mentioned this before. It's like 97 cents at Walgreens. And I'm kind of just blending all of those shades together so there's no harsh lines anywhere to be found. So the next shade that I'm going to go into is going to be the lid shade, and it's going to be this gold called Primavera, and this is my favorite color in this whole palette, shimmery wise, because it has a really nice gold undertone. It's really metallic and it blends on really nicely. So a little tip, if you want to use any type of shimmers but you want the shimmer to go through really nicely and intense, just spray it with any type of spray that you have. Fix Plus, the hydrating spray, any type of setting spray that you have. Eye drops work really nice as well if those are not near you. So we're just going to place that right on her lid. And it feels wet when you put it on originally. There you go. But that's just the shimmery effect that it's giving. And if you get any shimmer particles that are on top of your lid, just use any type of blending brush and it will blend it away. Also, you don't want to dampen your brush too much, or else it's going to defeat the purpose of applying it on her eye, and it's just going to go on super wet, and it's just not going to look as good as you want it to look. That shade is really pretty. Just little light pats go a long way with shimmer shades because you don't want to really swipe it on there too hard. If you want, you can go in with your first transition shade and go over everything as well. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just going in with burnt orange. I almost forgot the name for a minute. Then I'm taking a blending brush that has no product on it, and I'm just buffing this in. This one is a Lexi 249 brush, and it's a double-ended brush as well. Next, I'm going to be taking Urban Decay's Heavy Glitter Metal, and this is in Midnight Cowboy, and I'm going to just be placing that on the shimmery parts of her eyelid, just so it can stand out a little bit more. And I'm doing this before liquid liner, just because if you put it on top of liquid liner, it can create that barrier, and we kind of don't want that. Nose your eye, I think smidge. And I'm kind of just putting this all over the place. I'm not really putting it in a specific area. And the reason for that is so it kind of has like that scattered feel to it. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry down a little bit just before we put any liquid liner on. I'll be doing her liquid liner, and for this specific look, I'm not gonna be doing a wing, just because I want the emphasis to be more on the shadow. I don't want it to be on the wing. That's kind of how you can see with me. I don't have any wing on today. I just have a super neutral eye and some falsies on because I want to focus mainly on the lashes. So for today, we're just going to draw a simple line across, probably a good medium size line, nothing too thick, nothing too small, because we are going to be applying some falsies afterwards. Ready? Oh, thank you. So we're going to be using the Demi Wispies from Ardell. These are really nice, natural looking lashes. For anybody who is wanting to get started into lashes, if you're too scared to kind of wear like ones I'm wearing, because these are pretty intense. But personal preference. And I'm just going to apply these on her. I'm going to glue them off of camera because they take some concentration. And I'll come back when we're going to do her base. Okay, so she has her liner and her lashes on. Now we're ready to go into the face. You guys already know I love using the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. I'm putting this on simply because, one, it's hot, and also any type of hydration is really good for the skin. This has a nice cooling feel to it, so that's why I kind of like it. Actually, I'm gonna use this guy. Moisturizer on your hair.
Wow, dude.
By the way, this is a Real Techniques brush. I love these kind. So for primer, I'm going to be using the Professional from Benefit. It looks like that. This is a nice smoothing base. Okay. I gave Talina permission to fall asleep, by the way, through here. For foundation, oh my god, I'm looking really yellow here. I'm going to be using the Pure foundation stick that I always use. This is in the shade medium. Hopefully it is her shade. It's a little bit yellow, but hopefully it works. At least I'm praying it will work. Actually, it might work. But I always say put about 3 stripes by the cheek area and 3 on the forehead, and then 1 down the nose also. Here's an This is a good medium coverage foundation. It's not too heavy, but it's also not lightweight. I'm gonna buff that in using a Lexi 660 brush. And I'm spraying it with the Pierce hydration primer too. I almost forgot what it was called for a minute. And this technically is a really good foundation brush. It even says it on here, Perfection Foundation. But I like using it also to set my face too with any type of powders. This actually matches you. I'm going to be doing the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the shade 10. And how do you actually look at it? So best way to apply concealer is kind of draw down the sides of the nose and then bring it outwards. And then you kind of just fill it in. It's like a triangle. And I'm going to use the Fit Me powder, which is in shade 10 as well. And I use the concealer and the powder that are the same shade just because I don't want her to have a super highlighted under eye. So setting everything. So I'm going to let that sit there just for a little bit just so it can bake into terms. By the way, while we were off camera and I applied her liner and her falsies, for her falsies I used the Ardell Demi Wispies like I said, but I added a little bit of mascara to the tips of them just because I wanted them to look lifelike. I didn't want them to look like too fake. And if you add a little bit of mascara to it, one, it adds the idea that you're wearing falsies, but it also looks like you're wearing mascara, so they'll be a little not concerned. They'll be a little like, is she wearing falsies or not? I'm just going to let that sit there just for a little bit. I'm going to take her right side off though, because it's been sitting for just a tiny bit of time. Wipe that away. And what I like about this powder is that it has that color in it, so it's not insanely tinted, but it has that nice undertone in it. And it matches your skin. It really goes into your skin tone, which I love. Okay, so since I do not have Talina's brow pencil in stock at the moment, I don't use that color. She's the only one that uses it now. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. brow pencil, the one I use, which is in neutral brown. But it actually can go on pretty dark, so that's always a good thing. So I'm just going to be filling her brows in. I'm not really going to be shaping them because she has a good shape already. So if you have a good shape and you just want to fill them in a little bit, by all means, go for it. This is the e.l.f. clear gel that I always use to set down brows. I swear it's the best, and it's only $2. Actually feels a little wet when you put it on. But I swear these will hold up brows no matter what. And normally this is when I would clean up underneath the brows, but she doesn't even need it, so she's good to go. Okay. Now I'm going to bronze her face. I'm going to be using the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit, a really nice neutral brown. I always say don't find a bronzer that has too much orange pigment in it, because neutrals look a lot more flattering on the skin. It kind of gives you more of that natural bronze. And a way to always bronze someone, I know it's a little difficult sometimes, you want to take the tip of the ear and then just follow it down. And that's where your natural hollows of your face will be. Next. So I put out a different blush for this look, but I decided I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to be taking the Cargo blush in the shade Tonga. I've used this blush on this channel before and I love it. I'm just going to be putting that towards the back side of the apples of her cheeks. Nothing like on the actual apple. More going back because it brings the face back, but it also looks like it's blended in with her bronzer. We're going for more of a goldy vibe. I'm going to be using MAC, what are you called? Whisper of Guilt highlight, which has finally came back and is one of my favorite highlights from MAC. I'm going to just be putting that right on top. And I also kind of do a C formation. I'm going to twist this real quick. So you see how when she's looking this way, you can kind of see the highlight already. On the point of her temple, this is where you form that C right here. And this will give you the most natural looking highlight is when you have that C formation. And then I'm going to just be cleaning up underneath her bronzer just to kind of sharpen everything up. Just a little bit. Since it has that leftover powder. So that's all you really do. That's why I love this Real Technique sponge, because it does the job for you. It sharpens it. You don't really have to do much. That's why I love it. Now we're going to just do her lower lash line and a lip, and we're pretty much going to be done. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take that palette again, our famous palette. I'm going to be taking pretty much the same shades that we did on her top lid. We're going to be doing on the bottom. So I'm going to be starting off though with Real Gar. I'm going to go with Red Ochre, and then we're going to blend everything out with Burnt Orange. Now I'm going to go back in with Red Ochre. I swear I'd buy this palette simply alone for Red Ochre. It's that good. Orange, I'm going to just be blending all three of these shades together. And it kind of adds that smokiness to it. Always blending in with the lighter shade is going to create that transition, which is how the effects of a smoky eye begins. Because normally a smoky eye goes from deeper to lighter, which is kind of the opposite of what we always say. You always want to go lighter to deeper, but a smoky eye will kind of change the rules a little bit. So you'll see the depth in the red and the orange, but then you'll see the smokiness that that light burnt orange shade does. This is the LA Girl Glide On Gel Liner, and this one stays on. It is jet black, and I love it. Ready? So now we're just going to be adding some mascara on her lower lashes. Lower lash mascara, I always say, is a necessity in any type of makeup look, especially if you're going to be doing an intense eye, kind of like this. Okay. Ready? Okay. I'll just be wiping any type of shadow that may have fallen. And now we just gotta do a lip, and it would always be an Elisa look with a nude lip. Just saying. I'm gonna be using the Mally lipstick in the shade Russet, which is more of a deeper nude, but that's why we're using it. Okay. You can open your mouth actually. Thanks much. But I also want to show you different types of nudes on different skin tones, because yes, Talina and I are pretty, like we're pretty fair, but she's more yellow undertone than I am, but she's a little bit deeper in skin tone, so that's why I wanted to test this out. And then last, I'm going to add a gloss, a slight one. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer. This is one of my favorite glosses, and it smells really good too. Smells like vanilla. I'm just going to be putting that right on the center, and then you can put your lips together again. And then kind of just transfers. It makes everybody's life easier. Last step is setting spray. And then you're pretty much done being tortured. In the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist on her, this is a unique setting mist, if I do have to say so. Because it kind of comes in like a aerosol can, which I like. Ready?
No.
Well, too bad. Oh, this is... Okay, so this is the finished look on Talina. This was my model here. And yeah, this was a lot of fun to do. It's really hot in here, just not gonna lie. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more tutorials like this on her or on any other people, or if you have any tutorials you want to see from me, please give this video a big thumbs up, leave some comments down below, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel, so that way you see new videos every single week.
And a bell so you can be notified of, you could be the first one to know when videos are uploaded each week, and give this video a big thumbs up so we can continue bringing you more.
I said that.
Did you?
Yes.
I don't remember anymore. I'm hungry.
I am too. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in our next video. So,
till next time. Bye.
We can rumble in the whip. Make the money, make the grip. I'll be stunning with my click. Get it faded till we